Hey, how you doing? This is John, and welcome to John's Long Box. This is my new temporary time for the time being. I'm on a different work shift, at least until December, I think. So after December, we'll see what's going on. I'm working in the evenings instead of the daytime, like most normal people. So either if you want to come on my channel, open invite for anybody who want to talk comics, but it'll be around this time or at midnight because 3:30 to 10:30. I'm working. I'm a working man, ladies and gentlemen. Speaking of working man, we got Nick Phoenix over here. He's another working man. He's working on comics. How's everything going?
Pretty good. Just been like knee deep in prep. Got a Comic-Con this weekend. It's one of my big ones. Really excited for it. Other than that, got Screecher 4. A lot of irons in the fire as usual.
Oh, cool. I'm not quite ready to start going to Comic-Cons yet. I think when you go to a Comic-Con with only one comic, you know what I mean? People just like, oh, it's just a flash in the pan. But if you got like 2 issues, 3 issues, I think that looks better. So I'm about to start printing my second issue for Heroic Tales.
I mean, you've seen my Comic-Con pictures. Like my table is just full of my comics.
Right. So. You got this like forgive me. You got 4 issues of Screecher, and then you have the Samurai comic.
3 issues of Screecher, not including variants. 4 issues of Sword Samurai, and then 1 issue of Project Axis. That's what I got.
So far. I didn't know Project X. I'll ask you about Project X in a little bit. But how do you like going to conventions?
They're my favorite thing ever.
Okay.
I really enjoy them because like I'm an extrovert. So like I like being around people, you know, I like the socialization. It's when I feel most myself. I like, obviously like the salesmanship, seeing the nice cosplay, networking with people, like meeting all the pros. It's just, and it's like sometimes you do enough of them, you see the same people over and over again. So it's like, hey man, I haven't seen you in a couple of months. How's kind of thing. And like, or you only see him once a year at that Pacific Con, and so it's really nice.
Yeah, I just spoke with Billy Tucci yesterday, and everybody knows Billy Tucci's been around, forever. Legend. And he's tired of conventions. You know what I mean? To him, it's something that you got to do. That he says he enjoys it in the moment, interacting with fans. He goes, but the prepping and packing the boxes and driving.
I mean, he's been doing it for like what 30 years now. So
yeah, I didn't want to put.
I think he's on the right to be tired. I think he's
right. Yeah, and he was like, I just want people to meeting. He goes, if we could all just teleport and meet, that would be great. Because he's, but I haven't done it yet. Vaughn Coleman just invited me to a convention this Sunday, and I couldn't. I already made plans with my wife. I'm at that age too. I need like 2 weeks to prepare for anything. I'm not spontaneous.
I'm just gonna warn you, they are addictive because it's just like a weekend of really intense fun. The thing is, it's not just the cons; it's also the after events. Because like you might get invited to like a drink and draw, or oh hey, look, there's a friend. Let's all go out to dinner, and then you're at like the Cheesecake Factory, and sitting right next to you is
like a comic legend. Cheesecake Factory is my favorite, so I got no excuse needed to go.
I just pulled a restaurant.
I know. I'm just being silly, but I totally agree with you because I haven't been to a convention as a guy yet. But now that I have this channel and I met a lot of people, I'll go to conventions. And like 2 years ago, I went to Free Comic Book Day, and Billy Tucci goes, "Hey, John's Long Box." He goes, "Hang out. We're all going drinking after the convention." And
I'm going to tell you this right now. This hasn't happened to me yet, but it probably will eventually. But when someone approaches your table in patriarch dressed cosplaying as a patriarch, it will literally be the greatest day of your life.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for that day that someone comes up to my table dressed as Screecher. It hasn't happened yet, but it probably will eventually. But that will be the greatest day of my life. It's when somebody puts in the effort to like.
All I got to say is Brian Pluto. He made Lady Death, and some girl cosplayed as Lady Death. All I got to say is I didn't create Lady Death, and if anybody comes to my table dressed as Lady Death, you are totally welcome.
Yes. Lady Death is also welcome at my table.
Right. And he made a complaint about it. Like, I don't want to get into cosplay. I got conflicting feelings about cosplay. Sometimes I think it's just attention. Like I got a friend, Donna, who she'll spend 6 months building a costume, and Donna, if you're listening, forgive me. She's big chested, you know what I mean? But she doesn't accentuate that. She makes a costume that looks like a real costume, and it's skillfully made. And, so she does that out of love of these characters. Other people, they'll dress up as Power Girl just to show off boobies.
I mean, there's definitely people that do it for attention. I mean,
Right.
I'm not like I've heard stories of like sex workers who would like dress up as in cosplay and go to San Diego Comic-Con and what that, adult film stars and whatnot.
Funny that you said that, Nick, because at New York Comic-Con, my wife and I are big Harry Potter fans. We met over Harry Potter. How nerdy can you possibly get? So, so I was at the comic convention, and there was a guy dressed as a Regulus Black and the Helen Bonham Carter character whose name is escaping me.
Bellatrix Lestrange.
Yeah, and they looked awesome. So I was like, "Can I take a picture?" And they posed. They were awesome. And I backed up and I stepped on some woman's foot, and I turned around and it was this woman dressed up, sexy as all get out, as some video game character that I don't know who she was. I'm not a video game person, And I stepped on her foot, and I felt really bad. She screamed. She was this petite beauty. And I'm like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." And she's like, "It's okay. It's crowded, blah, 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 blah." And she gave me a card, and I felt bad. So on the train home, I'm looking up her card. It's OnlyFans. I'm like, so, I mean, I knew if I find the character, I could tell you who it is, but I don't know. But she looked amazing. And then, what are the odds? It's only.
It's just the way it is these days. I'm not gonna assume just because you're a cosplayer doing OnlyFans that you're not a fan. Even if you're an adult even if you're an adult film star, I'm not gonna be a fan. Like we've had too much of that over these years. I acknowledge there are fake fans. There are those people definitely exist, but I don't want to assume because I don't.
That's
want to
what I'm saying. I'm conflicted with it. I'm a hypocrite too, because back before I met my wife, I met this woman who wanted to be. We dated for about a year, and she wanted to be a model, and she flew me to Boston Comic-Con. She worked for the airline, so we'd fly free. So for my birthday, we went to a convention in Boston, and there was a cosplay contest. So she made a sexy Catwoman outfit, and then won. Now she never read a comic book. She wasn't interested in comic books before she did. Because we would go just to show off. She got like $500, and then it was my birthday, so she gave me an extra $500, and I bought comic, But it was just
she took care of you. She took care of you. Give her some credit,
right? I'm complaining about these girls who do it for attention, and then I directly profited off it. So
it's like your girl, dressed as sexy Catwoman, won the cosplay contest, and don't lie. Come on, you had your fun later. Come on, bro. You had your fun later.
I'm married now. I'm not going to talk about her, but yeah, she was a lot of fun. And I felt really bad because the second place girl was some anime character, and she looked awesome in but she was just in a black skin tight suit, like vamping it up. You know what I mean? Like she put no effort into it. She literally spent 3 days on this.
I mean, honestly, honestly, just show up as Michelle Pfeiffer for Catwoman, and
that's pretty much what she did. Yeah, that's pretty much what she did, and she looked great. And what am I going to do? Not spend the $500?
I mean that suit does things for me. So
right. How you doing? Oh, the new name. I'm when you're at a new time, sometimes you see new names. Thank you guys for checking me out. For those of you who don't know, I'm John Longbox. I do comics, heroic tales. You saw the trailer at the beginning. Here's the link if you want to check out my comic. Here's also the link to Nick's comic, which is Screecher. Why don't you tell us about Screecher now, Nick?
All right. So Screecher is a tale of a young lady named Amy Fletcher. She comes back to her hometown of Ann Arbor, Michigan, after 7 years away. Her father had been jailed for a crime he did not commit, and now left with no other option. She must become the winged avenger Screecher and try and clear his name. She's been doing this for 3 issues already. She's had her ups and downs, but now it is time to wrap up Volume 1 with the final issue, which is going to be issue 4. Volume 2 is planned. I've been writing the script, just kind of working on that. So this is not the end of Screecher, but it's the end of Volume 1.
Right.
So yeah, like the final battle, like this is a culmination. And also, like, if you've kind of been holding out, waiting for the full story, this will be your opportunity to have the full story of Volume 1. I mean, a trade is kind of coming down the line, but if you just want the full story, now you can get it.
So you'll have a 4-issue catch up tier.
Yes.
Yeah, perfect. You got to do that. I again, I don't want to mention a name, but I had somebody on my channel who was just adamantly refused. No, you missed it because I'm punk rock. I'm like, dude, I'm not going to start issue 7 on a comic.
Some of my most popular tiers have been catch-up tiers.
Oh yeah,
and also the fact of like this is the full story. You know,
right.
Like people, it's such an easy sell of like, hey, I really like your book. I haven't checked out Screecher yet. Oh wait, this is the final issue of Volume 1, and you can just buy the entire run. Oh, that is a no-brainer for a lot of people. It's like stupid easy.
In my comic, I'm up to issue 2. The bundle pack of 1 and 2 is the most popular. You know,
yeah,
because you know, people these days crowdfunding, people are a little wary of that. So like, oh, this guy delivered. Okay, now I'll get the other issue. Nick has been Nick. How many campaigns are you on? You've had no problems. You're one of the guys that just delivers a couple of times a year. You're doing fine.
Yeah, usually I was like 2 a year. I've kind of slowed down a little bit. Was supposed to do one, like a spy book earlier, but we kind of focused on Screecher. We're still releasing the spy book at the end of the year. That's not going to be a Kickstarter. It's going straight to like Global Comics and print on demand or whatever.
A spy book?
Yeah, I don't know if you remember earlier in the year I was talking about Quartermain.
Oh yes, I remember.
Yeah, that was that's a partnership between me and the artist Forrester. Who's also the artist for issue 4 Screecher. It's just at the time he was like going through like school stuff, and so we decided to focus on Screecher. And then once Screecher was winding down, we decided since we were like had like 10 pages left to go of issue 1, we're gonna finish up issue 1, release that in December, and then the full book is coming 2027.
Oh, cool! Good for you, man. That's
the full
good.
trade. Sorry, all like 4 issues.
And Nick, like I said, Nick has been regular. He's been delivering. His comics come out. They're not expensive. You know what I mean? Nick is a good guy. You know, me and Nick bounce ideas back off each other. We bounce criticism off each other.
I had
one day where you called me. No, I was going to make up something silly, but
I think we had like maybe like one little tiff like here or there. Nothing.
If you want to call it, we just criticism is tough. And then when you criticize me and I criticize you, you get your hackles up. But then 2 days later, you realize, yeah, okay, he's
yeah.
The problem is,
you're a good person.
Some people aren't creative criticism; they're just nasty. That I have no tolerance for. But
yeah, we're cool. As far as the fulfilling stuff, like started off a bit rocky. Like originally, I was like shipping in a padded envelope and embracing it with cardboard. Like not the best, not the worst, but then I started using Gemini mailers, and then
Gemini mailers is the way to go.
Yeah, I just use Critical Blast for my fulfillment, and he takes care of all of it.
Right. That's I want to use Critical Blast, but as of right now, I'm not doing that. So I am penny pinching. Let's be honest. And it was kind of fun to fulfill everything by myself. So I fulfilled my first campaign just sitting in this chair. I got my Rollo printer over here. I had my pirate ship up, you know what I mean? Stacked boxes right over there. And then I found out that the post office comes to your house. Oh man, that was so cool, So,
I fulfilled issue 2 of Tournament Samurai myself. I did that, but then everything after that.
Did you enjoy it?
It was fun. It was nice to like post like the laundry basket full of Gemini mailers, being like, "Hey, I'm about to go to the post office." Like, that was always cool.
I found, because the girlfriend that dressed up as Catwoman, she never understood. She would come over, and I would have comics all over the floor, and I would be organizing and bag and board them. And she used to do like knitting and stuff like so. So she would sit in her chair, do her knitting, and I would sort. And I totally understood her hobby. It was just like a stress releasing, interesting thing that she liked. I mean, I wasn't interested in it, but I understood. But she never got how I could like putting all the A's over here and all the A's over here and stack. So fulfilling to me, I got that same satisfaction out of it,
Oh, I'm about to be bagging them. Like honestly, once I release a trade of Screecher, in order to save space, I'm actually going to take Screechers 2 through 4, bag everything up, put it in a box, label it back issues, and sell it for like $2 or $3. Like I'll still have issue 1 for sale, and then the trade.
I got you.
Yeah. because I only have so much space on a floor. So like the fact that I'm getting to the point where I'm just gonna put everything into a back issues box is kind of cool.
Yeah, I like I said, I overprinted on purpose issue 1, hoping, and then I'm selling a couple issue 1s on my campaign, but I'm hoping.
Well, I overprint on purpose because I sell at conventions, and that's a good source of income for me. Like the books actually are like the production of the books are paid for the conventions. The Kickstarters are just for printing and shipping.
Yeah,
so if I were to offer one piece of advice to a new comic book creator, and I would say this is kind of maybe the secret to my success, is have the book done or as close to done as you possibly can make it before you go live, because you don't know how much of a confidence booster it is. You go to a Kickstarter and you see like multiple completed pages, even if it's like colored pages or even heck ink pages, just something there. Other than just like a concept art or really nice trailer.
I totally agree with you. I'm 100%. And every campaign, for me, I did one campaign already. It's more and more complete. Now, my first one, I thought I was super complete, but then it was my first campaign. There was a lot that I didn't know that pre-press was a step. So you know what I mean? Yeah. So that pushed me back.
Well, I can tell you this right now. And this is a promise, this is a guarantee. Screecher number 4 will be fully finished before we're launching Kickstarter.
That's cool.
Hey, that's cool. Edwin, how you doing, man? It's good to see you.
Issue number 2 was mostly complete, but now because of family problems with one of the team members, we're going to be pushed back 2 issues.
Honestly, the book would have been done a lot earlier, but like I've been having funds issues because like I've been waiting for this convention to raise enough money to pay off the rest of the colors, because right now with Screecher, pencil and inks are completely done. And then colors and letters are halfway done. It would be more done if I had the money to pay people, but after this convention, I'll have enough money for the colorist, and then the letters will soon follow. So it'll be done very quickly.
Torchbearer is getting ready to launch a campaign. Check out The Thug coming soon. Oh, I'll say soon because I don't know exactly when, but good to see you, Torchbearer. Yeah, I can't wait to do my first convention, but I also know me. I'll talk to people and forget to sell to them. You know what I mean? I'll forget.
I mean, can I just share you a little bit of a secret?
What?
At conventions, the more you have someone talk to someone, the more likely they are to buy something. That's little trade secret I'm going to give you, and anyone here, that's free for all you guys as well.
Right? Yeah. The only thing is, the convention story I always tell people is I went to comic convention and they have like the washed up actors alley.
Oh God, never heard it like that, but it's accurate.
Yeah. So they had why can't I think of his name now? But there was some like old porn star, and then right next to her was like a game show host that we don't see anymore, and then right next to him was not Larry Hagman, but the other guy from I Dream of Jeannie, not Major Nelson, Major Healy, whose name Robert Dale, I think his name is Richard Dale, and he's just sitting there. Nobody's at his table, and he's not even facing the crowd. He's facing this way, so he just got like the $1,000 appearance fee. And then what made it worse was there was a genie's bottle, like a prop genie's bottle, and it says autographed by Larry Hagman, Barbara Eden, and then he wrote in Sharpie Richard Dale, whatever his name is. And I'm like, can you imagine like going on OnlyFans and nobody subscribes? Like you put yourself out there, or you go to a convention and people just walk by. That's my biggest fear is sit in the convention and just.
Well, to be fair, I see a lot of those people, and those are usually the people who are the most complainers. I kind of take them like I'm usually an artist alley, so like I'm surrounded by people who have like all their anime merch up. So for me, I do a little bit of barking, like, hey, check out my comic. Hey, look at here. Hey, I like your shirt. Would you like to check out Screecher? Like I have a whole system for it and whatnot. And it's been successful. I've run into a few conflicts. I've had to tweak things a little bit more considerate, but it's what you make of it.
Right. Yeah. So I'm nervous but excited to do it. probably
You're gonna have a great time. You're gonna have a great time, friend.
like I got local guys around by me. So like Vaughn Coleman doesn't live too far away. Zachary Morris doesn't live too far away. So like maybe we'll all go together. You know what I mean? I don't know if we'll chip in for a table. Maybe
I mean, honestly, just talk to Vaughn. Like go on his table and sell your comic there. Because
right. That's what I'm saying. Like Vaughn's doing pretty good at cons. So I don't know.
Vaughn is like
right.
Honestly,
like I don't know if I would be like the redheaded stepchild, like getting it.
Dude, we love you. Everyone loves you.
So you know what I mean. But yeah, when I'm ready, and and to Vaughn's credit, he, once a week he'll message me about a convention and stuff like that, and I'm the one dragging my heels because I don't want to go with only one issue, maybe 2 issues.
Well, here's my thing. If you're at Vaughn's table, let's say you're sharing his table, okay? Torchbearer, well, I don't buy that. I don't buy that black pill crap. We'll talk about that here in a second.
You know what? I will say that cons used to be all. But Torchbearer, I don't know if you've been to a con lately, because I've been going to cons just to like meet Billy Tucci and hang out with guys like that. I think they're turning back into comic club.
There's a lot of indie creators at my local
right.
Comic-Con.
My theory is that as Marvel and DC, people are getting dissatisfied with them. And I'm sorry I cut you off, Nick. I think that people are getting tired of Marvel and DC, and they're going to cons to get back issues, and they're starting to realize that there are. It's almost like the punk rock scene of the 80s. There were a lot of bands. You just had to go find them. Now, the punk rock scene, you had to go to nightclubs and little venues. But now at a con, there's Nick sitting up. There's Vaughn Coleman sitting up. You know what I mean? And there's a whole bunch. I think.
I am not the only indie. Like, okay, so I do 4 or 5 cons a year, okay? I think it's safe to say I know. I'm sorry. I feel like I'm getting a bit a-holy here. I'm sorry. But like, I just don't like the whole like, oh, this not like it's like the stuff with YouTube, the stuff with this. I'm a rant incoming, warning. Everyone's just like, oh, everything sucks now. Oh, everything's getting worse. Like, no, pick up your britches, improvise, adapt, overcome. Guys, like
things are weird right now, but I think that comic books is turning a corner. I think there's less interest in comic books, but the people that are interested in comics are interested.
I don't know, like.
Because I think even Marvel and DC, I think, are changing course.
Dude, I have sold a lot of copies of Screecher to children.
Good.
I mean, that's kind of the point. That's the whole point of Screecher.
Children.
Yeah, that's the whole point.
I say this isn't an insult. Your
comic is all ages.
What's that?
I like how we're over talking each other.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm sorry. My microphone.
No. We're not being malicious about it. It's fine. But like, I'm not mad at it or anything. It was just kind of funny. We're on the same page though. But like, yeah, that was the whole entire point of Screecher. So I'm not even mad. It's a feature, not a bug.
No, you're doing the right thing. For those of you who don't know what we're talking about, Screecher is all ages, and I'm a big proponent of all ages comics. I just got excited when you said that because I think one of the big failings of the indie scene is we're forgetting that kids should be reading comics.
I've been saying that myself, dude. Oh my god, like. Yeah, it's nice that you have a comic that has blood, sex, and drugs. That's fine. You want to do that? That's cool. But for like, but the other is, but like maybe something because by the way, when I mean all ages, I mean like Batman the animated series.
Right. All ages doesn't mean kiddie. A couple of people got upset with me when I said Heroic Tales 1 was all ages, and then it had a shocking scene in it. All ages means Star Wars had a shocking scene in it. A guy's arm got cut off. You know what I mean? Like Luke Skywalker got hit in the face by a freaking Wendigo. You know what I mean? And then it's
like Batman the animated series was made for 8-year-olds, but 40-year-old adults are discussing it like it's fine literature.
Right,
which it is.
You're absolutely right. So all Harry Potter is all ages, and if you read those books, there's a lot of shocking stuff. I know a teacher that won't read it anymore. He said it's too gruesome. You know what I mean? Stuff that's touched upon in the movies. So all ages doesn't mean kiddie. There's kiddie, and I'll say like Ewoks comics. How's that for a dated reference? Or like Richie Rich. You know what I mean? But then all ages is Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, if I were to do like the kiddie stuff, I call it like early childhood. Like that's
right.
How I would call it. For all ages, like what I say to parents is the book is 11 plus. Like that, I usually use like an age scale.
Right.
To me, a kiddie book is like something 6 or 7.
I'm starting to think that my comics might be like young adult and older, you know, because I'm starting to not lead towards the younger
To
kids.
answer Torchbearer's comment, I think you are, because like, so I'm in the Metro Detroit area, just for clarifications, and there's a bunch of Comic Cons in my area, and like the ones I do, there's at least probably 4 or 5 other people who do indie comics. There's at least 3 to 4 big booths that have like rows of comics, like bunches and bunches of comics.
Right.
You know,
I will say that Torchbearer. Oh, geez, I almost just choked to death live on YouTube. But Torchbearer, I agree. At one point, I'm going to say like 4 or 5 years ago, right before COVID, I went to a comic convention and there wasn't any comics, and it was cosplay, and it was, I hate to say it, but it was like sex toys, and it was almost like fetish place, you know. And now I go to Comic Cons, and it seems to be a swing back to comics. So, Torchbearer, maybe check out a comic convention, or maybe it's that strange venue. Who knows? You know what I mean? Maybe.
I mean, might be the type of conventions, because I know like anime cons, which a lot of people don't realize this, but anime cons and comic cons are very different things.
Right.
They have overlap,
yes,
but they are very different. Like a lot of like the fairy wings, the fetish wear and lingerie, you might have been at an anime convention because they tend to have more of that stuff.
And
Comic cons are either comics or celebrity petting zoos.
the last New York Comic Con that I actually went to, because I've been to the last 2, but afterwards just to hang out with people since I started doing this channel.
Mm-hmm.
There was a Sears tool display, huge, as big as Marvel. It was all tools. Now, me being a construction worker, I was like, all right. So I'm one of the only people checking out screwdrivers.
you were over the moon.
But I'm like, this has no business being in a comp. And my friend Jimmy, he's a freelance cameraman out in San Diego, and every year he works San Diego Comic-Con, and he says that he used to love doing it, and he would pick up comics and he would mail me comics and promos and stuff like that. He said, but like for 10 years, it was just movie con. It was just the convention. It was all movies, you know, superhero movies or whatever. He says his greatest time was he personally was assigned to Angelina Jolie, and him and Angelina Jolie like went around the convention all day. And my friend Jimmy makes Tom Selleck look ugly. He's one of these good looking. He said, he goes, John, I've never been so hard to be faithful to my wife when Angelina Jolie is literally hitting on you for 12 hours. But even he now is saying that Comic-Con in San Diego is back to comics. So well, give it another try.
I think a lot of it with San Diego is the movies are starting to pull out of, are starting to leave Comic-Con. They're not doing that as much anymore. And so they're like, oh crap, we actually got to do comics now again.
Right. I just a pity mark. Yes. Where were you head, John? New York. I live in New York, but I went to the Garden State Comic-Con for the cigar party, you know, the after party. And I met like Billy Tucci and Andy Smith and a couple of guys that I work with, like Stippling Vaughn. It was a lot of fun. I went 2 years in a row. Last year, 2 years ago was the first time I went. And then 3 days later, I broke my neck. And then last year was the first time I drove since I broke my neck. And I drove all the way to, I was so nervous, man.
Honestly, John, I think you should hit up Vaughn and just share a table with him. Like, even if 95% of the table is Phenomenova.
Right.
Just to have the, like, you'll feel a lot less self-conscious.
Yeah,
get
like my cherry broken.
And then you have like this kind, like the last 10% of the table, you have the patriarch there.
Also give Vaughn a chance to go and talk to other people and have somebody at his table chance to go to the bathroom. I want to say hello to Frederick Guimont. He has a comic on, forgive me if I forget the platform. I think it's on Indiegogo or Fund My Comic. Retell, which is French for honey badger, and it's a Bitcoin inspired superhero comic. Fred was on my channel to explain Bitcoin to me a couple of weeks ago. He was really nice, very articulate, and I'm a moron, so I still don't understand how Bitcoin works. I mean, I buy Bitcoin. I also drive a car, and I'm not 100% sure how an internal combustion engine drives either. But Frederick will be on tomorrow, same time as this, and we're gonna talk about it.
You're a fake fan.
Yeah, I don't understand the ins and outs of Bitcoin. Oh, it was Ryobi. I got my husband the promo poster for 2024. I guess I missed out the beginning of that. Cards and crafts are fun too. I don't go to cons, but when I do, I buy souvenirs. Right. Yeah. What else? I never turned down an invite from a con. Maybe once Doug comes out. Yeah. Well, I got a comic out. Nobody's inviting me anywhere. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta make it happen.
I mean,
know?
the most that I've gotten is there's a smaller con I do every June, and last year they actually made me a featured guest and caught me a table. So,
Oh wow, cool.
I mean, it wasn't really as much of an invite, more of like, hey, you've been doing this a few years. Me and the person who runs the con are really tight. Hey,
Oh,
I
cool.
like you. I'll put you on the poster as a featured guest. You get a free table.
And
know.
you're out in Wisconsin, right? Am I remembering correctly?
Michigan.
Michigan. To New Yorkers, everything out there.
I'm in Malin country.
Yeah. I mean, are you going 2026? I hope to see you at a table. I probably won't do a table there, but never say never. The reason why is, like I said, when I broke my neck, I used all my time off. I used all my medical leave, all my personal leave, and then extra leave. Can't do construction.
But never say never. Maybe he'll take Von Coleman's offer.
Right. But January 1st, it all gets reset and it's back to normal. So one thing I do know is I would like to go to Heroes Con. Whether or not I'll be there as a presenter or a guest, I'll probably be there as a guest, meet Marcus and all the guys down in North Carolina.
See, my problem is, like, outside of like my Michigan, Ohio bubble, like all you guys are like, there's pockets in like Texas, there's pockets out in like Las Vegas.
I mentioned Marcus and he popped up like he was the devil. There you go. I'm sorry, I just had to make that joke.
You spoke of Marcus and thus he appeared.
Right. So you Ohio is in your stomping ground?
Yeah, I'm just like an hour away from the border. So like, by the way, Ohio, like basically it's just like Toledo cons. There's a con called Fantastic Con in March that I'm planning on going to.
Okay.
Like the one I'm going to now this weekend is Monroe Comic Con. That's in Monroe, Michigan, but
that's an interesting one because everybody has to dress up like Marilyn Monroe. So it's gonna be good to see you in a dress.
Don't give them any ideas. But no, that'll be really cool. But yeah, there'll be some like James O'Barr is there every year. The guy who did The Crow. They'll have like the original Black Power Ranger. There's a lot of really good people. I am in southeastern Michigan, like kind of think like Ann Arbor, Detroit area kind of thing.
Okay. Yeah, so that's why Screecher is from Ann Arbor. You're putting her in an area that
yes, to bring it back to the reason we're here. Thank you.
Yeah, I enjoyed Screecher. Like I told you, it's I'm going to say things that you were going to say, but you said it was inspired by Spoiler, or from
Batman, Batgirl. Like Spoiler was one of the things I looked upon. Yes.
Yeah. So I take it you're a Chuck Dixon fan.
Oh, very much so.
Yeah.
So much so that like, okay, my dream cover. Like, if you could say you could have any artist do a cover for Screecher, Scott McDaniel.
Yeah, Scott
McDaniel, Chuck Dixon run of Nightwing is legendary for me. That is like the goat among goats. And if I could have Scott McDaniel draw Screecher, that is my holy grail. The only other person who would have loved more would have been George Perez, but sadly that's not available to me. Or Mike Turner, but he's also not available to me. But Scott McDaniel was like an artist I grew up with, and I loved his art, and to have him do Screecher would be such a dream come true.
Yeah, he is good. That was a good.
And the best part is, it's probably going to happen one day.
Oh, good. Well, I mean, dreams do come true. My favorite comic book artists of all time, superhero comic book artists, John Byrne, George Perez. George Perez, like you said, ain't gonna happen. John Byrne doesn't even respond to anybody's emails. But this sounds mean when you say it, but Pat Broderick. You know what I mean? And I had Mike Barron on my channel. Mike Barron is working with Pat Broderick on Bronze Star. So I was like, is it possible to contact Pat Broderick to do a cover for my comic? And he was like, yeah, sure. He put me in. We talked. Pat Broderick is the coolest guy you've ever met. And he did a bang out cover for me. So yeah, I had my Scott McDaniel already. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I had a similar experience for Turn Samurai issue 2. I actually had Arvell Jones do the cover. I don't know if you know that name.
Yeah.
He's like co-creator of Misty Knight. He worked on like All-Star Squadron, Iron Fist. Great dude. Like I'm actually friends with him. I have his phone number and whatnot. he did the cover. So if you have the cover of Turn Samurai issue 2, it was a great cover and whatnot. And that was a great experience. He was he's a really cool guy, and I'm still friends with him to this
Good.
day.
I get nervous when people bring up names that I'm familiar with. I'm like, oh, they're going to tell me he was a jerk. So that was good.
Okay.
Out
Arvil Jones is great. If you want me to hook you up with him, I can actually help you out.
Good. That's good to know, because like I said, I was starting to get stressed out. Yeah, Arvil Jones did the cover of me. He was a rat bastard.
The only one that I'm actually kind of sad about is there's a guy who is active in my comic scene that I became really friends with. Do you know Bill? You know the name Bill Lobes? Bill Mesner Lobes.
Oh yeah, Bill Mesner Lobes. Yeah.
Yeah, I've met him many times. He's the nicest guy ever. I wanted him to do some stuff, but he's still alive. It's just he doesn't really do Comic Cons anymore.
Right. He has health issues, if I remember correctly.
Health issues. He was homeless for a long time.
Yeah.
Like they even did a comic to help fundraise to help him. I contributed to that. So if you actually come across that,
they did comic fundraisers. I remember buying a bunch of them and giving them away.
Well, you might, if you bought one of them, you might actually have one with a story of mine in it. Because
I got to go look at it again.
1 sec. Let me go grab my comic.
Oh, Jack R.J. Williams. Good to see. This is RJ from Earth 3, so this is RJ.
Oh, I know who RJ is. He's a co-host of the Monday Night Madness on my channel.
So RJ Williams, he's call sign Orion. Go check that out. If
RJ is awesome. We love RJ.
And Marcus, I might as well tell you this interesting story. Yesterday, I don't know why, I went to bed and I had a dream that I drove upstate and I went to your sister's coffee shop. Now, I don't remember what your sister's coffee shop its name is. I don't know what your sister looks like. I don't remember your sister's name. But in my dream, me and your sister sat down and had a talk. And guess what we did? We came up with a comic book character, a villain, that I have to, when I put this character in a comic, because this comic character is awesome, I have to give your sister co-credit for coming up with this character. The Unforgiven. Hey, you're in that?
Yeah. Does this look familiar?
No, that's not the one that I have.
Yeah, it's actually signed by Bill. I think I might have signed it too. No, yeah, but this is actually signed by Bill.
Oh.
As you can see, it says a benefit for Bill Mesner Lobes.
Oh, okay. That's not the one that I have.
Yeah, but I did a story to it.
Out by the comic book Irkbra, something like that. The Eastern Comic Book something Society.
Yeah, but this was but this was done by more local.
RJ Williams is busting my chops. Since he's on your show, tell him to leave me alone. He's bullying me.
All right, as your boss, RJ, and then here's the Arvil Jones cover.
Cool. Yeah, Bill Coffee Labs, and she's a blonde with blue eyes. It's funny because she looked like you. She had black hair, so.
Yeah, so like this box, I'm gonna flex a little bit here. These are all the comic books that I have published already. I keep a copy of every
look at that. Look at that. So check this out there. You see that spinner rack? Those are all my comics. I have a spinner rack with all my comics.
These are all the comics I've published so far. I'm sorry, this is a flex. This is a flex right here.
Be proud. Be proud.
These are all of the ones I've done myself. Like all my comics.
RJ, I'm staying away from your sister. It's your friend that I'm interested in. Okay, RJ, let's be honest. Yeah, right. Torchberry says John eats, sleeps, dreams comics. You ain't lying. You ain't lying. Since we brought this up, Nick, have you ever had a story idea, character idea from a dream?
Can't say I have, because I have this really bad habit of I have a dream. But if I don't write it down as soon as I wake up, I'll start to forget it during the day.
Yeah.
I've had situations where I have really nice dreams, and I wake up feeling really good, oh, that was a really nice dream, and I just forget about it.
All my dreams are pleasant. I'm not plagued by bad dreams. I go to bed. I enjoy it. I have such pleasant dreams, interesting dreams. Once in a while, I'll get a dream that would make a great story. And like you said, if I wake up, by the time I go to the bathroom, I'll forget the dream. So I'll wake up and I'll start talking out loud.
Mhm.
I got to remember this. I got to remember this. So my wife, she'll be like, "Oh, story." Like she now knows me well enough that if I wake up, start talking. So sorry, honey.
I think the weirdest way I've conceived a book is I think there was one summer I was going to a pool, like a pool on a weekly basis, and I conceived of the Eco Ray character while swimming in a pool.
Well, Marcus is drawing a script literally that I dreamt, and Arkham is literally drawing a script that I dreamt. I had to make minor details just to fit the continuity of my world. Otherwise, and then I kind of got obsessed with the Weimar Republic. I'm like, why isn't there a comic set in the Weimar Republic? I wanted to make like a cult villain story. So I thought of a villain first and a setting first, and I didn't think, and then I went to bed and I woke up.
I think the reason for that is it only really existed for about like 10 years or so.
Right.
You know, and it's just, and plus that was like in the 20s. That was over 100 years ago.
Right.
It's a period of history that's not really talked about that much.
Right. So I was doing research. Like when I drive, I ask Grok and Grok will talk. And then I went to bed and I woke up with the story. And I'm
most history books have like one or two lines like World War I, 5 chapters. And then the whole entire world screws over Germany and the Treaty of the Treaty of Versailles or whatever. Nazis. It's just like Weimar, and then they had the Weimar Republic. And it just goes straight to like the rise of Hitler.
And then one day Hitler was elected. I dreamt I was swimming naked in a SeaWorld type aquarium and being chased by a shark. Well, I assume that's not safe for work.
Just when you thought it was safe to go back to the aquarium.
Back to William Messner Loebs. We had a running joke. Me and my buddies, we worked at a comic book store in junior high school and high school. Mm-hmm. And stupid jokes. Nobody's going to laugh at this joke, but I'm going to tell it anyway because I'm an idiot. But people would, because William Messner Loebs was writing a lot of comics at the time, notably The Flash. Yeah. And we would say, "Oh, William Messner Loebs." And we go, "These are my earlobes and these are my Messner lobes." And nobody would laugh. They would like take their comic and me and Mike laughed every time. We thought it was funny. You smiled. Yeah. That was about the most polite people were.
Yeah, Bill's known for like 3 things: Flash, Wonder Woman, and then the Max.
Right. Yeah, his Wonder Woman is so underrated. It really is. With those Brian Bolland covers, it's really good comics. He also
did a couple of his own covers that are pretty good.
Yeah, he could draw.
Because like Bill's Wonder Woman had like the long wavy hair and whatnot. It was really nice.
Right. He did the run where she worked at the taco stand.
Yeah, that's actually probably that's probably the thing he's most well known for is like the cover where she's working on the taco stand. I think that's like actually probably his most iconic cover.
Right. Yeah. He did a good run. He made her, George Perez made her look like of Greek descent. Mm-hmm. And then William Messner Loeb's run made her look of Greek descent. Now, he had a creator-owned series, and it's going to drive me nuts now that I can't remember the name of his creator-owned series. I think it was a First or Eclipse Comics. It'll come to me as soon as we're done talking. Yeah, I'm sure.
Nicest guy, like literally the nicest guy. I've had the pleasure of meeting him on a couple of occasions.
I'm glad to know he's still alive. I had it in my head that he died, so I'm glad that I know
he's still alive. He did a lot. He used to do a lot of Comic Cons in my local area. I used to see him every year. But
Journey.
But yeah, as far as I know, he's still alive. He doesn't really do Comic Cons anymore, sadly. Yeah, as far as I know, he's still alive. Last I heard.
So back to Screecher. So you finishing up your 4th issue. That's the end of the origin arc. And then you're going to keep going, though, right?
Yes, a volume 2 is planned. I've been writing scripts for it. It's going to be 5 issues. I've been taking into account like some of the criticisms, like, oh, it's too fast, like been slowing stuff down, doing more character-related work. And as a consequence, the average length for an issue has ballooned from 24 pages to 28 pages. So
that's not a trade. 4 pages. That's fine.
Oh, I got to talk to RJ about that.
Yeah, Dirty Omnibus. Oh, cool. Yeah, I know what you talk about stories. So I always keep it like I got to keep this lean and mean. Like it's self indulgent to put in a lot of like in indie comics. We are our own editors. We are our own publishers. So like nobody can tell us what to do.
Yeah, I don't really believe in the idea of like every 2 to 3 years you drop a 32-page comic on Kickstarter and you just pump that for like 2 to 3 years and do another one. That's not really my style. That is the YouTuber who makes merch style. Come at me, bros.
So for my comic, I had a 20-page story, and I thought that was too short to put in a comic. So I wrote a second story, and that was 13 pages. So I'm like, that's 32 pages, and then I put in, and it turned into 40, and that kind of turned into my standard. So I'm doing 40-page comics, but I just wrote a script for Patriarch #1, and it's going to be his origin. It's 45 pages, just his origin. So
yeah,
I think
I mean, heck, I've come a long way. Like we were talking about Project Access earlier. That was actually my first comic I ever made.
Marcus, remind me. I want to send you a copy of the Patriarch script. Tell me what you think.
So, here is the first version of Project Access. This came out in 2018. I hadn't even formed the Phoenix Press at this point. And then here is the version that I released in 2020 on Kickstarter. This if the Phoenix Press existed by this. The story is 14 pages. I actually had to create a 6-page separate story to kind of fill it out to make it a little more viable. And so this was done by myself and artist Jason Johnson. We did have a bit of a falling out, but we recently reconciled, and we're doing a Project Access 1 and 2. So we're doing a combined issue 1 and 2 release because it's been 5 years. You know, like most people don't even know. Most people don't even know about Turn. A lot of people don't realize that Turn Samurai, let alone Project Access. So, you know, issue 2's going, and he's gonna like lightly touch up issue 1 because I didn't want to re-release Project Access for a third time. I at least wanted to kind of move things forward. So
that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Oh, my damn neck. Since I broke my neck, whenever it gets humid out, my neck starts to hurt like old ladies about their bunions.
Before we go, could we play the trailer?
Oh yeah, sure. Let me bring it up. Yes.
Yeah, because I know you got to go at 2, and we're kind of like.
Yeah, I got to like split exactly at 2. I got to get ready for work. So let's bring this up. Where's the trailer?
Oh no, it's the other link I sent you.
Oh, the other link. Oh, okay.
Real quick.
I know I'm brain damaged, but
yeah, real quick before the trailer goes live. The sign up page is live. Can you post in the comments, please? So if you want to sign to be notified when we go live, that is available. We'll go live October 3rd. We're doing a launch stream on my own channel.
Oh, cool. Oh, cool. So let me bring this up. Screecher. Where are we? There we go. And again, every time you come on, I remember I didn't know how to do any of this stuff when the first time you were on as my guest. So I come a long way. Give me some credit, guys.
I'll give you all the credit. Could you full screen it, please?
My name is Avery Fletcher, and it's time to set things right. It's high time for this to end. For too long, I've been on the back wing, whether it's by Kathleen or her crony Shiva. Now is not the time for consideration. Now it's the time to act. I will save my father before Eden can kill him. I will right the wrongs Kathleen Johnson has done. I will do this, or die trying. How, you ask? Well, not as myself, but as Screecher.
Cool. Hoop.
Oh, what the dude?
What the hell was I watching?
I don't know.
There you go. That was pretty cool. Pretty good trailer. I assume you paid somebody to do that. You didn't have that done.
Yeah, that was done by Lost Lenore. She's been voicing it since Screecher 1, but this time she did both the editing and the voiceover.
Oh, cool. Yeah, comic creators can if it's possible. You know, I've had falling outs with some people. I mean, if people want to reach out, I'm a friendly guy. We get mad, you know. I'm 7 brothers and sisters. We used to fist fight. Believe me, there's nothing that anybody on the internet can do that's worse than what me and my brothers and sisters did do to each other. You know what I mean? Whatever. People, the internet is fake.
Yeah,
it ain't real. So good luck, man. I'm rooting for you. You got 4 issues. I remember talking to I think issue 2. I think I met you during issue 2. I think I got issue 1 and issue 2 at the same time. Yeah.
So yeah, and then we're releasing Quartermain issue 1. It's going to be digital plus print on demand because like Global Comics have been doing like their print on demand initiatives. We're doing that in December, and then next year is Screecher Trade and Product Access.
Oh, cool. No more Samurai.
It's on hold
Okay.
because issue 4 kind of underperformed a little bit, and Screecher is kind of out and about, like the one that people kind of prefer. I will eventually go back to do it because I got like one more issue to complete volume 2, so I need to do that eventually. It's just every time something comes up, I just keep pushing it back because like, okay, well, something needs to give. All right, I'll just push Turn Samurai back a little bit more.
Yeah, well, you got to strike while the iron is hot. You know what I mean? People want Screecher, you got to give them Screecher. You know?
Yeah. People like Screecher. Like I said, I'm gonna do a trade. Gonna try and do like a exclusive cover for the Kickstarter, maybe by like Joe Sontag or Rennie Draws or somebody, but someone like big like that.
Oh, cool. Yeah. That's like when I learned my lesson because I made the Patriarch, and then issue 2 wasn't going to feature the Patriarch at all, and I started hearing grumblings whenever I said that, and I'm like, I got to learn from Diversity in Comics. Your boy Zach, who did Jawbreakers, and then didn't follow up Jawbreakers for 5 years, and people have moved on. You know, he did a whole bunch of other stuff, which is fine. But if you're known for Spider-Man, keep selling Spider-Man.
Yeah. Like I'm known for Screecher. Like that is out and about. Yeah, that's very clear. Like it's not to say don't do other stuff.
Right. Nobody's telling you not to do anything else, but give the people what they want. You're a taco stand. Make the tacos. Have the hot dogs on the side for people who want the hot dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's what I'm gonna do. I gotta stick with the Patriot, which I like. I love the character anyway, and I can tell you like Screecher too.
I do. She here's issue 1 since I just have it right here.
You make that big. Yeah, that's a good cover.
Yeah, Xevious did it. Rest in peace. If you ever see my novel, Xevious actually did the cover for the novel. That's the last thing he did for me.
What's the name of your novel?
What?
What's the name of your novel?
Lost Kingdom. It's out and about, but like right now we're fulfilling the Kickstarter backers, and then we're gonna do a wide release.
Oh, okay, that's smart. Yeah. Dance with the ones that brought it. You know what I mean? Yeah, you're doing the right thing. Good job.
Yeah.
And I hate to end it now because we're talking, but I gotta leave and get ready to work. I hate this. I'm home long enough to get lazy, and then I gotta work. You know, I feel like resting. I feel like reading comics, but I gotta work now. That sucks. So there you go. All right. Anything you want to say?
Back Screecher on Kickstarter October 3rd.
How's that for how much you missed? You came in at the end there, Creative Welshman. We're about to leave. Good talk. Have a good one. And on that, we're going to say goodbye, kids.